Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. In this video I'm going to share with you a step-by-step guide on how to create your first account with Etoro. I'm also going to talk about the fees involved and also share some super tips with you on how to get started trading or investing with Etoro, so stick around. If you're new to the Etoro platform, Etoro caters for both day traders and investors as they offer both a general investing account and also a CFD account, which is mostly preferred by day traders. Although I'm going to be talking about those two different options, this video is mainly going to focus on how to get started with a general investment account. Etoro is different from other investment platforms such as Vanguard, as it doesn't offer certain investment accounts such as ISAs. Etoro offer either the general investment account or the CFD trading account. CFD is contract for differences, and they are attractive mainly to day traders because CFDs allow you to use leverage. What is leverage? Well, leverage is where the broker, in this case Etoro, give you extra buying power on your trading account. So in effect, they're going to lend you money so that you can buy or sell a larger position size than what you would ordinarily be able to with your current account balance. Basically, it allows you to either purchase more of an asset or purchase an asset that is more costly to buy. And CFDs and leverage can be a very useful tool, in particular for day traders, but it's important to note that they can also be very risky because although they can provide a way for you to make more profits, they can also provide a way for you to make bigger losers. And that is why 68% of retail investor accounts lose money with Etoro. So in this video, I'm going to be focusing on how to set up a general investment account where you are both purchasing and selling the asset and owning the entire asset, not using CFDs and not using leverage. These can be used for long hold trades or either short to long-term investments. But most importantly, we're going to look into how to own the asset, not using CFDs and leverage. So let's get started on the Etoro website. So here I'm on etoro.com, and if you want to follow along with me, I have included a link in the description below, so make sure you check that out. And the first thing to do is obviously to click the green Join Now button if you are new to Etoro. Creating an account is dead easy and it is free, and all you need to do is enter in your username, your email and your password and then click Create Account. And I'm going to do that right now. So here we are logged into the Etoro dashboard, and if you just create an account then your page will probably look similar to this. And Etoro is a brilliant platform to use whether you are looking to either trade or invest long term because they are so flexible. They have a huge range of assets available, whether you're looking to trade stocks, shares, bonds, commodities, forex, cryptocurrencies. The chances are Etoro has got what you're looking for. It's also well known for its ability to copy other traders and investors. It's quite a social platform and you can actually search for other traders and investors and see what they have in their portfolio, and you can even choose to copy what they're doing. Etoro do also have an app that you can use on your mobile phone, but I'm going to stick with the laptop for this demonstration today. So I have created this new profile so that I can go through the steps with you guys and share with you how to get it set up. And the first thing you'll probably see here, it'll say welcome to Etoro, and you will need to verify your account to be able to get started. So let's do that now. And the verification process just means adding some extra information about yourself, submitting those details and basically completing setting up your profile. So I'm going to do that now and then meet you back in a moment. Once you have your profile verified, the next stage to finish setting up your profile is to actually deposit your funds. Now I'll talk about the different deposit options a little bit later in the video, but the best way to deposit funds is going to be with either a debit card or with your PayPal account. That is the best way to avoid paying any extra fees. So I'm going to deposit some funds into this account and then we'll continue on with our step-by-step guide to setting it up. Okay guys, so I have deposited some money into my account, and as you can see, there's only a little bit that I've put in just to get started today. But at the bottom here, you can see how much you have available once you've deposited your funds and the amount that you have invested. So as you can see, I haven't got any open positions at the moment. So let's have a little look around the platform. On the left hand side here, you can see your navigator. So at the top, you've got your username. If you click on that, you can customize that. You can change your picture if you want to do that. It is used as a social platform as well, so you can add a bio if you want to embellish that. Once you have completed all the steps to verify your account, you'll probably get this little green tick next to your name, and that's when you know that your profile is set up correctly. This is quite a useful page as well, because once you have set some open positions and once you have started in your portfolio, you'll be able to click on stats and just see how things are progressing, as well as the portfolio itself and the chart tab. So naturally there's nothing to see here just yet because I haven't opened any positions, but this is a really useful interface to be able to see your performance from your trading or your investments. Moving down through the panel, and we've got watch list, and this brings up the generic watch list at the moment, which is most likely going to be the most popular stocks that are available on Etoro, such as Tesla, Amazon and Google. And it just gives you a little demonstration here as to what their current sell and buy price is and the market sentiment. So at the moment, these are all looking very strong for buying positions. But it's quite a useful feature because you can actually create your own list here if you want to, say you want to follow certain tech stocks, or say that you want to have a list of cryptos to be able to follow. You can actually create a new list here, and then you can start adding some markets. So we can go into crypto, we can have a look at some different coins, we can maybe add Bitcoin and Ethereum, and there when you go back from the home page to your watch list, you can click on the arrow and you'll see the watch list we've just made, and you can actually customize this for what your experience is and what you're looking to invest in. Moving on through the navigation panel, we have portfolio here on the left hand side, and as you can see it's empty because I haven't actually got into any just yet, but this is where you'll be able to observe what positions you currently have open. And then we have the Discover tab. And this is where you can go to explore different markets, explore what you might want to get into. It's quite useful because you can explore through category. So if you're not too sure, you can have a look here, maybe click on commodities and see what the top commodities are doing. We've got gold and silver, oil here. Or you can always search in Etoro. So if you know something that you want to look for, the company name or maybe the ticker, let's say for example you want to have a look at Netflix, you can just start typing that in. You can click on the name, and this will bring up some information about that stock. So we can see here Netflix, the ticker's there, the current price is here. At the moment we are currently up on the day by 1%. And it just gives some information about the actual company. If you scroll down, it might have some relevant news about that company. You can see how many people are actually following this company and how many people are currently invested with them. So here 99% have buy positions with Netflix. It also shows some related markets here which may be interesting for you, and some investors that are currently in this stock. And you can click on stats, and this has some really valuable information about the company. So here we can see the market cap of Netflix is 288 billion. And we can see some of the daily figures here, the average volume over the past 3 months. So at the moment that's 3.8 million. What the yearly return is on average here, 39%. So it just gives some really useful information, what the sector is that Netflix is in, the industry, and then here a useful graph. So over the duration of the past year, we can see that we have had this little rise up here, but now we are currently in this uptrend. If you want to see that in more detail, you can click on chart and see a bigger demonstration of the chart for Netflix. So if you decide that you want to open a position with Netflix, all you need to do is click on this blue button in the top right hand corner that says trade. If you have signed up to Etoro and you're not based in the US, you may get this pop-up here that I've just got, which is asking you to sign the W-8BEN form, and it's just to do with tax purposes to declare that you are not a US resident or a US taxpayer. So I'm going to do that now, and then we'll continue on. Once you've clicked trade, it will open up the window where you can enter some information and then set your position. So here we can see that we are set to the buy side. You do have the option to sell if you prefer to short. But for the purposes of this, I'm going to stick with buy. That's what I'm predominantly doing with this Etoro account, is I'm looking to buy. So if I wanted to get into Netflix, you enter in the amount here. So this is quite a useful feature because you can choose whether or not you want to purchase in currency, which is what it's currently set to. So I can change this to any currency value here, or I can switch over to units and I can enter in a certain percentage of my account that I want to invest with Netflix. And this is the part that's really important when you are setting your first trade or investment. If you want to use this as a general investment account, like I mentioned earlier, where you are basically buying the underlying asset, then you need to make sure that this middle button here says ×1 leverage. That means that you are just using your own money, your current balance with Etoro. If I was to click on ×2, you'll see here that this has changed and it says CFD trade, because ×2, you're looking to borrow money from Etoro, you're looking to use a CFD and use leverage, which also means it's going to be a lot more risky. So I'm going to leave that as ×1, and it's just important to notice that when you are setting positions. And these here are also some optional values, the stop loss and the take profit. And some people prefer to use them. They're very common with day traders, and I certainly use them when I'm day trading. And it just basically puts a cap on how much you want to risk, how much you want to gain out of the position. So if you're looking to hold this for a long time, it may not be relevant for you. But if you want to make sure that if your asset was to go against you, you want to put a cap on the potential loss that it may bring, you can enter in a stop loss value here. So I can click on stop loss, and you can either change this from percentage value or the actual monetary value. So let's say that you want to buy $60 worth of Netflix, but if at any point your investment is down 50%, you could set a stop loss. So once you get to that level, it will get you out of the trade just to save losing any more. But it's optional, and for me, I wouldn't actually use this with my investments. And take profit is the same, so you can switch whether you want to have your take profit in a percentage value or if you want it to be in a currency value. So here, for example, you might say that once it reaches $100 in profit, which would be 166% of your position, that you want it to automatically get out of that position so that you can bank your profit. So just some useful features there if you wanted to use those. And then of course, once you're ready and you have your parameters set, all you have to click is open trade. Another really useful feature that Etoro offer is if you don't want to set the trade straight away, which is also known as a market trade, because you're basically getting in on the open market. On this top right hand corner here where it says trade, you can click on that and you can click order. And this will just allow you to enter in the figure that you want to get into this asset at. So as you can see, Netflix is currently at 657.11. Let's say that I only want to buy Netflix if it drops down to $650. So if I'm looking to get in and buy a little bit lower than what the stock is currently trading at, you can set that figure here, and then as usual, you set how much you want to buy. Make sure that you're on ×1 leverage. You can possibly enter a take profit and a stop if you want to use those. And once you're ready, you can set your order, and that will just sit there and wait for the market to come down to where you've set your order before triggering. So it's basically a limit order. Another great feature of Etoro is when you are getting in and buying assets in this way where you're not using leverage and not using CFD, it is commission free. So it's really good to help save on fees. In fact, let's have a look at fees in a little bit more detail. So how much does it actually cost to use Etoro? Well, as we said before, Etoro has a 0% commission rate on stocks. And also there are no management fees with Etoro. So some investing platforms, you have to pay an annual fee for them to manage your account, but with Etoro you're going to manage it yourself, so they don't charge you those extra fees. So purely for the investment account, it's a very cheap option because you don't have to pay any commissions, it's free to create your account. And if you're looking to hold any positions overnight, as long as you own that underlying asset and you're not using leverage, there are no overnight holding fees. So it's a very cost-effective platform. Now if we have a quick look at CFDs, that's where you get some fees coming in. So scrolling down here, you can see that underneath CFDs there are overnight fees available, and it varies depending on what you're trading. So if you're looking at trading stocks, there will be costs here for overnight fees. And it's always best to just look at what market you're looking to trade to get more information about what the fees would be. The copy trader facility that Etoro offer is also another free feature, which is a great extra. But in other fees, the only other fee that we have to think about is the withdrawal fee, because as you can see, it's free to actually deposit money into your account, but if you're wanting to withdraw and take money out of your account, there is a $5 fee for that. There's also a minimum amount that you can withdraw, which is $30, but if you're having to pay a $5 fee, you may as well wait until you've got a bulk amount of money to withdraw to make it worth your while. It's also interesting to note that Etoro do charge an inactivity fee, and that basically means that if after 12 months you have not logged in, that they will incur a $10 a month fee. So it's just to make sure that you are actively using your account. If you're going to open an account with them and then deposit some money and then leave it for over a year, it's good to know about that. So it's good to log on maybe every 6 months at least, just to keep your account active. It's also important to note that there might also be some fees for conversion, so if you're using a different currency to what Etoro offer here. But that's why I said it's best to use a debit card or PayPal, because they offer the best rate for depositing money into your account to avoid any extra fees. Another fee to be aware of is the spread fee, and that's the way that Etoro managed to make their money, is the difference in the spread. What is the spread? The spread is the difference between the buy price and the sell price of an asset. So just going into our watch list, let's use Google as an example. As you can see here, we've got two columns, and one is sell and one is buy. So the current sell price for Google is $2967.56 and the buy price is $2973.19. So there's roughly around about a $9 difference there in the spread. And that is what the spread is. That's what Etoro take as their fee. So right now, if I was going to buy Google, I would be paying $2977 to buy this asset. If I instantly wanted to sell that as soon as I brought it, I would be selling it at this price here, this $2966. So it's just interesting to note that as soon as you buy an asset, you're going to be in drawdown, you're going to be in the red because of the spread alone, the difference between the sell and the buy price. And that's where Etoro make their money, is that difference in the price. So if you wanted to buy Google for $2976, you'd have to wait for the sell price to at least reach $2976 or higher for you to break even or make some money on that investment. If you want to find out some more information about fees, it's always good to check out all the details on their website, because there may be some extra fees for CFDs if you're looking to trade on a more short-term basis. But for long-term investments or even short-term investments, as long as you are owning the underlying asset, the fees are generally going to be very minimal with Etoro. Another fee that Etoro do charge as well in terms of cryptocurrencies is a fee if you want to transfer any of your cryptos. So let's say that you buy some Bitcoin with Etoro and then you decide that you want to actually transfer that Bitcoin from Etoro to a different platform such as Coinbase. They will actually charge you a fee for transferring that. And the fees do change daily, so it's always good to check what those are on their website before you decide to do any of that. And finally, whilst we're talking about fees, just a quick mention for tax as well. As this is a general investment account, not an ISA account, then you will have to pay tax on any of the profits that you make from your investments. Obviously, this depends on what your current tax situation is and where you are in the world. It's always good to check this out with an accountant if you're not sure, but it's always important to declare any profits that you have made in your tax return. And one final note, if you're still not too sure whether this is for you, if you're not sure whether to get started with Etoro, they do also have a really useful feature that might help you to make your decision, and that is that they offer a demo trading account. So everything I've just shown you here is with the live account that I've just created from depositing my funds. But you might see at the bottom left hand side here of our navigation panel, it says switch to virtual. So if I click on that, it says here that you're about to switch to your virtual portfolio. Here you can practice your trading skills without any risk of loss, and all trading activity will be made with virtual money. So what that basically is saying is, when I switch to virtual portfolio, this is basically switching to a fake account, a demo account. So you can open an account with Etoro and deposit funds, and then you can always switch to your virtual account for you to just practice getting into trades. So if you're a bit unsure, if you want to have a go, press that blue trade button, and you're a bit unsure on how to set up what you are buying, or maybe you want to set a stop loss and a take profit, but you're a bit hesitant to do it with real money, this is a good place to just practice getting used to the technical side of how to get in and out of trades. And you always know that you're in your virtual account because when you go to your home page, here it will say virtual portfolio value $100,000. So that is what you have to play with. You know that that's fake money, and anything that you do on there, you're not going to be liable for because it's just pretend money. But of course, it's always good to just make sure when you log into your account that you are in the account that you want to be in before you start setting any trades or investments. Once again, I have added a link in the description below if you want to get started with Etoro today. Do check that out. If you've enjoyed this video, please hit the like button below and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more videos, and I'll catch you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye!